Welcome to episode 31 of Dad's Rank Things. I'm Jones.
I'm Tyler.
And it's almost July 4th, which is a national holiday, of course. And there's several holidays that we represent in America. July 4th is the main one if you're an American. But I wanted to see, is there a holiday that we should celebrate that we currently aren't? And this includes getting off work. Did you take that approach of getting off work?
Yeah, that was like my biggest thing. What can I do to get off work? And I always thought, like, because I think for me, I measure holidays by the banks are closed. So the bank's going to be closed for this, whatever we choose.
Now, the banks are closed on a lot of holidays that I don't personally have off of work either. They have like a 13 or something like that holidays.
Yeah.
So hopefully, if anybody's listening and want to make these a national holiday, I'd be all up for it. My number 3 is Ben Franklin Day. So Ben Franklin is arguably one of the most American icons ever. Because not only is he a founding father, he's an inventor, came up with the Poor Richard's Almanac, a diplomat, just all-around awesome guy as far as American history. He was one of the first abolitionists, I do believe. I want to celebrate on the day that he flew the kite. Oh. And that was back on June 10th, 1752.
I like this. Then, like, everybody would be out flying kites that day.
You can, but I just think it's important to recognize one of the most American guys ever. So, Patriot, it goes with the American theme. And a little known fact about Ben Franklin, yes, he invented the spectacles and a whole bunch of other things, but he's also in the Swimming Hall of Fame. He was an avid swimmer. Whenever you see pictures of Ben Franklin, you wouldn't think so. You could think he'd float pretty well, but he was a pretty good swimmer.
Look, I'm an avid, like, Italian food eater. That doesn't get me in the Italian Food Hall of Fame.
If there was one, maybe you'd be in there.
Maybe I would. My number 3 is Jackie Robinson Day. It should be a national holiday. Just recently, Major League Baseball has recognized it. So if you have seen games where everyone's wearing the number 42, that's the day. So, but, you know, considering I want to get off work more and celebrate this guy, his birthday is January 31st.
Okay.
So that could rotate into a Tuesday.
Yeah.
You know, and then it separates him from baseball. So baseball can still have their recognition, but the rest of the United States can still celebrate what he did, what he accomplished, what he went through to break the color barrier in baseball. I'd be a good forward-thinking person in that.
It kind of lends itself inside of Black History Month, too.
Oh,
so it just goes
perfect transition. You're right. One extra day to celebrate.
Yeah.
For me, my number 2... is to celebrate the queens. That's right, all the women. So instead
you're going about the band queen.
You know, I know there's
Freddie Mercury.
We could celebrate him too. You know, he was a queen. First day of Women's History Month would be March 1st.
Okay.
Right. So what better day than to mark a day that's a national day for women, especially, you know, this is a time when a lot of people are trying to get off work anyway.
Right.
Because in the Midwest states to the north of us, people want to leave where they are and go south. So this gives them an extra day to start a spring break, end of spring break, put on your swimsuit, celebrate women.
What do guys do during this holiday? Kind of like Mother's Day, where you just kind of cater to the women?
Yeah, you drive.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do the women do? Just nothing?
Nothing. They go south and put on their swimsuit. You get tan. That's what they do.
All right.
Women's Day.
Women's Day. All right. My number 2 is not specific to women, more universal, but guys will be happy about this, and that's Super Monday. So, of course, it's the Monday after the Super Bowl. Everybody wants this day off, not only to recap from the debauchery that happened the night of the Super Bowl, but also me personally, I want to avoid people on that Monday because all they want to do is recap the commercials, what was your favorite part of the game, what did you think of the Super Bowl halftime show, all that different thing. I want to avoid that conversation whatsoever.
So you're saying you wouldn't have to have those conversations?
Exactly, just wait another day.
Something else is going to happen in their life on Monday, and Tuesday they won't talk about it as much.
Right, exactly.
So it's a risk that I would be willing to take. The other thing about Super Monday, which I figured one of us would have in there anyway, is, and even in like my history of that celebrated day, the Super Bowl, there's been a lot of times when on that next Tuesday or Wednesday, right, people are sick.
Yeah.
Because everyone's digging into the same bowls
and spread the germs
spreading germs everywhere. And so maybe that extra day away from a lot of people could help, the spread of some of the germs.
Yeah, I hope you recuperate a little bit more, not only from the alcohol, but also from the sickness.
I mean, me and that one sick guy are reaching for the same buffalo wings. It's going to happen.
Myself were from the diarrhea or the clog from all the cheese, all the clogged pipes and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're not sick, bro. You just ate too much food that's garbage.
My number one is Singles Day. And so we have Valentine's Day, right, which is made for couples, but I think there needs to be a Singles Day because 40% of Americans who are adults do not have a relationship, especially a long-term relationship.
40%.
So for those 40% of people, they deserve a day. And I think what better day to celebrate than the exact opposite of Valentine's Day, and that is in August 14th. So 6 months later.
Oh, I like what you did there.
6 months later than Valentine's Day. Good gift that you might give somebody single, booze, or if you're a female, maybe ice cream.
I support this.
Okay.
I think there's money to be made.
Yes.
I think there's a good greeting card system that could come around for Singles Day.
A lot of funny stuff, right?
Yeah, I think
you can't hold down a boyfriend or girlfriend.
Your local bars could really celebrate the day.
Yeah, that's where they make their bank.
And next year you won't be single on Singles Day. Come on down to Jonesy's Pub. That's one that we could do. And finally, the number one for me is the first Thursday of the NCAA men's basketball tournament.
I agree with that one.
Not the play-in. The first round where all the magic is happening. There's a lot of games, and by Friday you really don't want to watch anymore almost, but you have to because you're so invested already. I think those are big parts of it. I mean, what would Dad's rank things be without the neighborhood kids coming by to ask your kid to come out and play? Or the dog running around the whole show. This is what Dad's rank things is all about. Tune in this week. For me, it's always been a long-standing tradition to pretty much drop whatever I'm doing at the 11:30 a.m. tip-off and then spend my entire day until the 11:30 p.m. end of basketball watching straight basketball all day. And I think, too, they've even bridged the gap where there used to be that gap between like 5 to 6:30 when we was kids.
Yeah, there wasn't anything happening.
They have a game now during that time. So you get basically 12 hours straight of basketball. And I think that should be celebrated because March is the best sports month there is.
That's true. There's a lot going on in March. And to celebrate this day, you're talking about Thursday only or Thursday and Friday?
Just Thursday.
Just Thursday.
Just Thursday.
You got to go back to work on Friday.
You do. Yeah.
And
I don't know if I could get a 4-day weekend approved by the nation.
I really like this one. I think a lot of guys do this anyways. Me personally, I scheduled my vasectomy during March Madness so I could just take it off anyways and just stay at home and watch basketball. Do you think that this is as widespread as it should be?
No.
So for like Super Bowl Sunday, obviously you have a billion people around the world watching this. In March Madness, it's more isolated to America, but do you think it even infiltrates non-sports fans' culture?
Not really, but in some ways it does for the brackets, right?
Right.
Bracketology is a big thing in the United States, so at almost every workplace, there's going to be a work bracket that even the person that doesn't watch any basketball, Lazy Larry or whoever in your office, and they fill it out because they want to win some money and they pay attention. Yeah. Now you have the day off to really pay attention to whatever teams you picked.
It's always like Nancy who bases on colors or mascots or something like that.
Oh yeah, that person usually wins.